STAKK Nation, welcome back to the channel.
Champions.
In today's video, we're going to be talking about Google removing several apps
Here we go again.
from their app store. Okay, so we're just going to look at the headline here. We don't really need to read the whole article because I think at this point in time, it is a matter of the principles. It is the principles that are shaping the future of our society, the principles that are shaping the future of finance and the global economy. And certain behaviors can either be, how would you say,
Nefarious.
nefarious towards the growth of the new economy, or beneficial towards the same thing. So what we see,
Nefarious to your economy, by the way.
yeah, absolutely. These are the things that are stifling your progress as you try to obtain your financial freedoms. You see, to be able to succeed, obviously, you must identify the things that are standing in your way and then address them accordingly. In this situation in India here, we see Google is removing several apps, crypto-related apps from the App Store. And this is following Apple doing the same thing as well. Obviously, India has given some sort of warnings, they say, to a bunch of crypto companies.
Literally all of them. Binance, KuCoin, Huobi, Kraken, Get.io.
Right?
It's like America all over again.
Exactly. And in this situation, these are the exact things that will stifle the progress of the new economy. You see, the way the economy is right now, it's not something that was tested and proven to be evident that it's the way to run an economy. It is just something that a group of people came together, put together, and pushed it on the rest of society. Now, before we continue with this video, ladies and gentlemen, if you find any value in the content that we are creating, be sure to like, share, and subscribe the video.
Click that notification button so that you know when we release another video.
Exactly. And of course, we are also there on X as STAKKFin and Spotify as STAKK. Double up.
Champion.
This behavior of blocking things, we have seen it here in the United States, where the government is stifling the progress of innovation. And as a result, it turns into innovation flight, capital flight. And this negatively affects the GDP of the country, does it not?
It does.
All right. So in this case, what are your thoughts here? How do you think this turns out for India? I mean,
so there's the book about the fourth turning. There's the several books that we've read about how communities evolve over time.
yeah.
And what you see here is that at some point in every community, some people rise to the top and they now start implementing, or what would I say? Not only implement, but corrupt the governance that have gotten them to their position.
Of course.
Thereby disrupting the ability for those behind them or below them to move up that ladder. So this is similar to what's going on in America. This is what's going on in India, is that Google, for example, it's not Google, it's the central banks that have corrupted the Indian government and now the big tech companies that has a major influence in the country to say, hey, let's eliminate all competition.
Right. The problem with this is that this is stifling the progress of the people economically. This is standing in the way of the everyday person's ability to grow their wealth, take control of their own finances. And it's the same thing if you're in the United States as well. I know we're pointing this out for India. But it is always very important to just reiterate and understand that there is a solution to this type of things, which is what the battle is all about right now. There's a reason why these people are fighting these things. They're not just fighting it because they want to be, I don't know, chaotic
Defending,
individuals.
protecting the retail investors.
Exactly. As they will say they're protecting the retail investors. They're protecting their citizens from whatever sort of threats. If someone in India is able to get into a cryptocurrency and trade, and that returns them some massive profits on their money.
Mm.
I think that is something that they'll be very interested in over whatever else they have to deal with in the fiat economy.
The fact that you and I can exchange value without the need to go to a bank
Yeah,
is already a big solution.
yeah.
Talk less of trading
That
and
is a
increasing value.
That is a massive, massive solution. But because of these types of things, a lot of times you go into some channels and you hear them say, well, governments are coming out with CBDCs and all of these things. It might sound like fear mongering, but at the same time, when we look at this, we must acknowledge what it is. This is a small group of people imposing their will on the rest of the whole society.
Literally.
So this is why it's very important to understand how we can circumvent these things, how we can get around these things, because we know for a fact that people, society has always decided what money is, and that is what Bitcoin is on about.
Talking of solutions,
Yeah.
we're gonna give you a solution that will not get you in trouble or get us in trouble.
Yeah.
With these centralized authorities, is the fact that yes, Apple or Google could decide to remove these apps from the App Store.
Right.
But remember when we started saying that the cloud, getting cloud access,
Yeah.
and you're saying, oh, you're so comfortable, you just want to have everything in the cloud, what's going to lead to your own
Demise.
elimination? Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what's going on. You've given this company so much control that they now even tell you what you can install and what you cannot install on your personal device.
Device that you pay.
Is it really your device?
Yeah.
That's the question, right? But there is a solution though. You can buy these devices and flash on your own OS.
This is
You want to tell them about that?
That reminds me. Yeah, actually.
Preach.
Well, I guess the thing is, one thing is that you have to be able to use maybe Graphene OS is one of those things.
Yes.
And it's not even something that you have to be. It does not have to be Graphene OS only, but
Yeah.
you can go online and look. There are other operating systems that you can
Yes.
install onto your mobile device.
Unlock your device.
Right, a device that belongs to you, which means that you have the right to do whatever you want to do with it.
Boom.
Right, and with that, you put yourself in a position where you can freely engage various open source applications that are out there and many more, and operate within on a platform or within an operating system that minimizes the tracking and all these sort of controls. I don't know how the world let Apple and Google monopolize this space as it is, but I think that it is very important to understand that there are alternatives out there. There are other options. If you haven't, man, definitely check out Graphene OS and things like that. These are the things that we would need as a people to keep pushing forward.
I always ask the question: is declouding or unclouding a term or terminology that we can use?
Declouding. Well, degoogling is a term, because when you get a phone that is no longer on the when you get the, say, if you get an Android phone and then you are able to flash on another operating system onto it, they call it degoogling your phone.
Mm-hmm.
So you can also decloud or uncloud yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're already talking about cyber attacks.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to happen. So I think it's a good time to be
thinking of more decentralization and control of your own value.
Yeah, absolutely. Taking control of your own information, especially because
don't leave it up to the SEC that cannot protect their own X account to protect you or protect your money.
At the time when these people are supposed to jump in to help you, that is the time that you will never see them. It is interesting. Even the situation going on in the Red Sea, I think that if these people could just go with the option of not actually upholding their duty, because that's one thing they say, right? Freedom of navigation. If they could get away without upholding that freedom of navigation, they would just do that. But I think they understand that if they did not do it, other people would step in and do it, and that will make them look not right. It's the same thing when we are in the financial markets, when we are getting wrecked. It is the SEC's job to come in and protect us. And we can see that they have already failed on multiple occasions to do this. So we must all face the reality of what we are looking at instead of just blindly following on with the system as it is.
For our Indians and brothers and sisters out there, we feel your pain. The answer is decentralization. The answer is Bitcoin. You can get access to this solution even with these exchanges removed.
Yeah. Decentralized money, the best form of money out there, right? Being able to send and receive with no borders or restrictions. It's the eighth wonder of the world, is what I call it.
Yes, sir.
We've never seen anything like it, and it is something that is absolutely 100% worth paying attention to.
Mm-hmm.
Any other thoughts on this one, Double O, before we close this out?
Champion, we have delivered for our Indian brothers and sisters.
Hey, listen, man. If somebody told you we're not international, they lied to you. Okay.
Hello.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please subscribe to the channel, share the video with your friends. Okay, like the video, push us towards the algorithm, because I can tell you this right now: the algorithm is not leaning in our direction.
Say with your chest. Say with your chest.
Like, subscribe, and comment. Okay. Now we are also on X, STAKKFin, and of course Spotify as STAKK. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, present out.
Double O.